Ladies and gentlemen, look like Trump has declared Louisiana under a state of emergency and offered federal assistance ahead of Barry. The outer bands of the storm has already reached Louisiana. Now, I had a subscriber come on and said nothing was happening in Louisiana. All these reports are false. Nothing ain't gonna happen. Nothing. Don't come over here no more. And I blocked you. I'm not gonna call you out. I always try to give my brothers and sisters the benefit of the doubt because nobody else does that. But don't come over here bringing all that ain't nothing gonna happen and all. You go take that somewhere else. You know you got a very dangerous storm here, and you running around saying that to people. That poses a danger, and let one person listen to you and believe you when something happens to them. You'll be the first one not taking responsibility for anything. I've been around people like you before. Keep your ass out of here. I blocked you. There is nothing that corroborates anything that you said. I even went to your local news. Your local news is warning people. So don't come over here with that crap anymore. All right, so this is Fox News, and this came out 12th, 2019. Trump declares state of emergency in Louisiana, sends federal assistance ahead of tropical storm Barry. So you can see, I just went over to the Weather Channel, and the outer bands have already made landfall. So the actual storm is not going to be too far behind. So it could be several more hours before the storm makes landfall. So right now the wind is over 65 miles an hour, and all it takes is about 70 miles an hour for it to be declared a category 1 hurricane. So it's almost close to being that right now. All right. Trump declared a federal emergency for Louisiana on Thursday night, authorizing the Department of Homeland Security and Federal Emergency Management Agency, which is FEMA, to coordinate all disaster relief efforts ahead of the strengthening of Tropical Storm Barry. Trump approved the federal assistance that at the request of Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards, who noted that within the past 24 hours, 28 parishes had issued emergency declarations and 14 were in the process of doing so. Residents have been stacking sandbags or fleeing to higher ground in preparation for torrential downpours, with flooding expected once the storm makes landfall from the Gulf of Mexico either late Friday or early Saturday. Trump tweeted Thursday evening to everyone on the Gulf Coast, as you make preparations to protect your homes and loved ones from flooding and the coming storm. Okay, that's Trump. It is imperative that you heed the directions of at FEMA, local and state officials. We are working closely with them. Please be prepared, be careful, be safe. So you can see his tweet right here, which he did at 7:57 p.m. on July 11th. All right. So they're actually trying to get the people in place that's going to come down there after the storm. Edwards expressed appreciation for the president's action in a tweet message of his own, and you can see him tweeting back. All right. Thank you, President Trump, for quickly responding to my request for federal disaster declaration. This will help better coordinate and respond to the incoming storm. All right. So it's good. They're getting the National Guard and people down there just in case folks have to be rescued. So Edwards declared a state of emergency Wednesday, authorizing activating up to 3,000 soldiers and airmen from the Louisiana National Guard ahead of the storm. Baton Rouge WBRZ reported National Guard troops and rescue crews in high water vehicles took up position around the state as Louisiana braced for the arrival of the storm. Barry could pack winds of about 75 miles an hour, just barely over the threshold for a hurricane when it comes ashore, making it a Category 1, forecasters say. And they're still predicting that could happen. Um, it is expected to bring more than a foot and a half of rain and potentially ruinous downpours that could go on for hours as the storm passes through the metropolitan area of nearly 1.3 million people and pushes inland. So you hear this is the National Weather Service, New Orleans. And they posted this at 11:24 p.m. on July 11th. 10 p.m. CDT, Thursday advisory on hashtag Barry. Barry is slightly stronger with winds of 50 miles an hour. No other significant changes. Flooding is expected to be the most significant threat. 10 to 20 inches forecast with locally higher amounts possible. Yes. The National Weather Service said it expects the Mississippi River to rise to 19 feet. And you know what? It's already swollen from all of the rain out of the Midwest that's been feeding into the river. And it's at 16 feet. It's already swollen. So when this hurricane is done, it's going to be at 19 feet. I mean, it's already swollen, and that's why they are concerned about the storm surge coming from the ocean. Okay, so, and of course, they're concerned about the levees. So, the National Weather Service says it expects the Mississippi River to rise to 19 feet by Saturday morning at a key gauge in the New Orleans area, which is protected by levees 20 to 25 feet. Oh, wow. Though it is not expected to grow into a major hurricane, the storm's torrential rains are expected to test New Orleans' improved Katrina flood defenses. And we saw some of it actually, depending on what you were watching on social media. I did see some of the new mechanisms they have in place to drain the water out. And the people were saying they weren't working. They were not working. So, I don't know, y'all. We shall see. Katrina caused catastrophic floods in New Orleans in 2005. I don't think anybody in this country will ever forget Katrina. I think remembering Katrina is equivalent to remembering 9/11. That's how I see it. Was blamed for more than 1,800 deaths in Louisiana and other states by some estimates. In the aftermath, the Army Corps of Engineers began a multi-billion-dollar hurricane protection system that isn't complete. Wow, from 2005, they were putting this system in and it's still not complete in 2019. Whew, that just goes to show you they really don't care about us. The work include repairs and improvement to some 350 miles of levees and more than 70 pump stations that are used to remove water. And you know what? And I watched one of those pumps and it was just spinning around, but it wasn't doing anything as far as getting the water out of there. I did see that on one of the videos. Washington Parish is opening 2 Red Cross shelters at the following location at 7 p.m. this evening. Franklinton High School, 1 Demon Circle. Y'all got a street down there called Demon Circle? Woo, no wonder why the judgment is coming on y'all. There's no telling how many demon and voodoo sounding streets y'all got down there. All right, so they're just telling you that there's a shelter available for people that don't feel safe with pets. Demon Circle, y'all. Text Barry. Okay, so you can get updates if you want to get those by text message. All right, so they're just telling you for updates. And all right, New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell said Barry heavy rains will put an extreme test to the pumping system that drains the city streets. The city does not plan to order evacuations because Barry is not expected to grow into a major hurricane. Officials instead advise people to keep at least 3 days of supply on hand and to keep their neighborhood storm drains clear so water can move quickly. So that's all she's saying. And the bottom line is, y'all, in order for them to be doing all of this, they know it's serious. And please, all of you that are in that state, be careful. Be very careful, because this thing looks pretty serious. And we don't even have a hurricane going on in my state. And we are getting these heavy freak of nature rainstorms on a regular basis. We had a few of them yesterday. And each time that rain came down hard. And my phone beeped a couple of times with the flash flood warnings in my area. Yeah. So, and that's without a hurricane. Okay. That's without a hurricane or a tropical storm. All right. Let me just see if this video will play. Let's see here.
Look at this thing. It's got like a sweet glaze on it. It's really good. I would eat this every single day. It tastes like banana. It's like a brownie. So they're a family? Somehow you guys got all of that stuff into this? I don't even taste any vegetables. It just tastes really good.
All right, so they're just showing you the approximate location of the storm. Okay. Which is fine, But ladies and gentlemen, please tell me what you think. I, again, will pray for the people down there in Louisiana. I hope you stay safe. I hope that the Most High spares you from anything that goes on down there. It's really tough to see these things happen, ladies and gentlemen. You wish you could help everybody, but you can't. All of it is now in the hands of the Most High, and He is the one in charge, no doubt about it. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.